Life always throws little projects at you, and I have one here today. It's a heater core out of the Forsyth Duster. No, not the one that I have, actually, the replacement for the green one, the orange one. A good buddy Dave has been taking all of the race car stuff out of that orange Duster to put it back onto the street. It's been on the street, but taking out the manual valve body and all the race car stuff to put it back to being an actual just usable drivable car that anybody could drive. And it didn't have the heater core working in it, so as he was getting ready to put that back in, we discovered that we had a tube. Like he had a mouse in his pocket. He discovered that this tube was not soldered properly, and so he brought it to me and said, "Hey bud, can you solder this up?" So today we're going to go through the process of soldering this up. Stick around. I might. You're watching My Car Shop. We have our propane torch, and we have our acid core solder and some flux and some other stuff. But the biggest thing is we've got zoots in here that we need to get cleaned up so that we can sweat this in properly and make it proper. And we also need to make sure that our tube is oriented the right way, which means I need to go look at the green car and see exactly the distance between these so I know which way it goes. I worked to take it out of there, and I didn't pay that much extension to the way it goes. So I'm going to go do that real quick so I know exactly where this has to be. I think it's supposed to be like that, but I don't know. I got to look is what I'm saying. So yeah. Okay, I measured out there. It's 2 3/16. So basically, I mean, these things are pretty flexible. So about right there. So this hoop goes like this, and then they're parallel to each other like that. So that's good. We know that now. So there we go. About like that. Yep. Okay. I better write that down, 2 3/16, because I'll never remember. Where's a good place to put it? How about right here? Otherwise, I'll just be running out there to measure it again. Okay, so we got to clean this up. I'm hoping I have a wire brush I can in there. Obviously, we need to clean this, so we're never going to sweat that together. But the bigger thing is I'm going to get some air and blow through here because this thing has got a lot of scale and crap in there, and we might as well get that out of there while we're at it. We're not going to dip it. We're not going to acid clean it or anything. But we might as well get the big chunks out. Thing approves. Monster's over there trying to decide what he is going to do. So we've got all kind of stuff going on. It's a cat's life. I was hoping that putting that on slow-mo would work, and it did. We had a leaf in there. Or, no, I guess that's just a big chunk of scale. I don't know. It's something. Anyway, boom, 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 boom. I love it. All right, so we're clean now. Now we got a mess. So the next thing we got to do is and find a wire brush to clean that up, or a grinder. I prefer a wire brush. You know what might work really well is a battery post cleaner. Let me see what I got. I got 3 or 4 of those around. Question is will be, can I find one? You know how it is. Not quite clean enough to my way of thinking. And we got to do this yet, but that's in a minute. We got things fairly well cleaned up now. You can almost tell where this was because of the way the solder is. Of course, we don't want it in that far. It needs to be, where did I say? Right there. Yeah, she's a loose fitting little bugger, but the nice thing is I can put a zip tie around this and kind of hold it in place. And there it is. And that'll get us right where we need to be. That'll be our huckleberry. So I'm gonna tin this first before I try to put it in there. That will help my fitment. Yeah. So let's get our little propane torch here all working for the weekend. Oh, this is the one that doesn't work. I only have 4 of these, and of course, this is the one I found. I'll be back. Okay, we got a different one. The stone's plugged in that one. There we go. Oh, let's see. I don't know where my good acid flux is, but we'll try this stuff. I'm using acid core solder. The trick is not to get it too hot. You just want a nice tin on there. I'll show you up close here in a minute. If you get it too hot, the solder is just going to bead and run off. You can do that several ways. You can just keep your distance from the torch. Obviously, I'm dripping a lot. I'm trying to get a nice buildup of solder on there. Okay, our pipe's pretty good and hot. I'm going to set that aside for now. Okay, that's aside. And I'm going to come over here. I don't think I'm going to be able to really tin this because this is paper thin, but I want to do a little preheat on it. Be nice if I could get a little tinning on that, though. Let's see if we can. In this case, I'm not going to be able to get a lot of flux in there. Whoops. That was just flux. I wonder if I heated it from the outside here. That might help me. Yep, that works. Good. Okay, we're getting some tin on it. That's awesome. The reason I'm going on this side here is because this is where the bulk of the connection is, meaning that's where it gets its strength. The other side is just a paper thin ring. So good. Okay, so that should give us some strength. Now, let's see if we can. I know it's got a bend in it, but good thing I did that. I wish I'd had that on slow-mo. That thing is full. There's still more in there. All right, we're gonna have to run an engine cleaning brush through this. We got all kind of stuff. Look at that. May have to do that to that other one. However, if we do that, and I think we will, we'll put air blowing so that all the stuff blows back up. I don't want to do that yet, though. Man, oh man, there was a lot of crap in there. There we go. Much cleaner. Much freer. That one's actually pretty good, so we're not going to worry about it too much. All right, where are we at? Okay, let's zoom. Okay. And then this is going to go here, like so. Okay, we got enough solder in there now. I can't even push it in, so that's good, because once we heat this up, we should be in like Flynn, whoever Flynn is. Best way to heat this is probably going to be down here. There she goes. Okay, that's about right there. We got to get our tube up just a little bit. Okay, there. Now I'm going to get a zip tie and hold this together at the right distance. It's a little bit wide, but it can flex, so we're okay there. All right, let's get a zip tie and here's the fun part, getting it to seal. Arr, arr, arr. Got to sweat that solder down into it and let it suck it in. Come on, get in there. There she goes. Sucked it in so hard, it literally sucked it in. But there's a lot of surface area over here, so. Okay, good. Okay, it ain't pretty, but as long as it don't leak, we don't care. So the only way we're going to find that out is to pressurize it. So we'll dry that as soon as it cools down. Feels good and solid. Okay, about 17 hours later, hopefully it's still got some good soap in it. I got this dialed down to about 25 psi. And the only way I can think to do it is like this. So if we see bubbles, we got troubles. No bubbles, no troubles. Woot, 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 woot. Very good. It don't leak. Oh, I'm very happy with that. Check one more time. Nope, no problem. And we have completion. Let's check our measurement. That's in millimetric. We need in milli-inches. We are right at 2 3/16. So it's a winner chicken dinner. I can call my buddy Dave and say, hey, it's done. All right, that's it. Little slick repair. I hope you learned something from that. You can do this stuff yourself. You don't always have to rely on a radiator shop. And it's just a matter of everything has to be clean. Don't overheat it. Let the solder get sucked in where it needs to be. Tin everything as much as you can beforehand. Look at the structure because the support for this was out here. This side is just a very thin line. Not a very good design, but it's the design that was the design. So, it is what it is. That's going to do it for this one. I appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe. We have channel memberships for as little as $5 a month. And one more thing, because at MKS, it is the most important thing. Rock!